Alright, welcome back YouTube. Today, actually I've done quite a few of these. It's a tow truck. And long story short, we are going to fix the dolly off the back of this bad boy. Alright, welcome back YouTube. Today we got an interesting project again. And we are going to fix the wheel lift. Common problem on these tow trucks is, if you look at this, let me get some light in here. I'm going to slowly bring the camera up so you can see the angle. Right about here. Now if you look at the top part where my light's at, the upper part, it's worn out about 1/4 inch. And the bottom is actually, let me try to get a straight angle too, right about there. It's bent. The common problem with these things is they wear out after a long time, and this truck has damn near 1 million miles. And I'm not kidding. But anyway, another problem with it, if you look at this, what do you see right there? The metal has actually bent, and the ram is fully disconnected from it. Let me go around the side, make sure to cover his plate. I don't want this guy getting in trouble over this. DOT to have a field day. A field day with lunch in a brown paper bag over this one. Okay, it's ripped the whole metal piece off. And that right there is what you used to go there. We went ahead and pressure washed all the grease and grime off this before I get started on welding. Unless you want a fire, I suggest you make it halfway clean. And long story short, yes sir, Keith is going to fix all this. Actually, I'm going to make my girlfriend do it for sandwiches.
Sure.
What do you think about that, Jen?
You're burnt.
I'm burnt. Okay, I'm going to be burnt when I'm done welding. Suntan. Looking like I went to Florida for a month. There you go. I'm going to go ahead and start on this. And how I fix this is I'm going to put a small slice right here, which is basically where the wear mark starts. From the pivot point, you can see the wear mark on that as well, but we can't really play with that. That's a solid. But this right here, this is the bottom side of it. I've actually flipped it over. We're going to heat this metal up red hot. Try to bring it back into shape here. At the end, we're going to clamp it and squish it back together. And how I check that is I measure the diameter from top to bottom on that. And yeah, leave yourself at least an 1/8 inch of play on that. Good idea. General rule of thumb. I've done it before, and when I was welding it, it actually sucked it so tight it wouldn't fit back on. So, there you go. Let me go ahead and get started. I'm going to let her loose cutting on this. Putting a good notch in it. Not a full separation. Just enough to heat it up where we can get it to bend. Then we're going to re-weld it. And I'm going to actually put another plate over this. And some gussets on this piece as well. Clean up all this little edge crap. Because when I'm done, I'm going to weld and make the pin. More of a solid setup anyway. But, yeah, keep watching. I'll show you what we do on this. And, yeah, I do fix these a lot, quite often on tow trucks. I want to say the kit with the new pin is $400 to $600 alone. And that end right there will cost you about $1,000 just for the part. So, keep watching. I'll show you how to get a temporary fix if you just need to get a few more miles out of yours. This would be the way to do it. And I'm going to go ahead and pause this. Keep on watching. Alright, back at it. We went ahead and gave this a little notch. Not all the way completely through because I like strength. I'm actually going to have to build another plate that matches. Say for instance this right here, like a half of this diameter. And I'm gonna have to weld it to that piece right there. There's so much play in it. I want it down to about an 1/8 inch, and right now it's about a 1/2 inch over, so I'm gonna put some good plate in there. But we have corrected and made that flat. This piece isn't too far off, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll with it. That way the pin will stay in nice and tight, fit top to bottom. Big thing with this, yeah, it's got to go all the way through. And if you look at our notch, there we go, get a little better shot for you. We notched it, we used 2 C-clamps. We did not cut all the way through, because I'm going to fill this with weld royally, and I'm going to plate on the outer side of this, another top plate, and weld that completely. I don't want no one's car falling off on my behalf, so that's our next step of the process. And we'll get this going too. I've already started cutting out the bad component up there, and that ram needs to go back up to it, and it's just completely ripped apart, if you can see. So we'll get that in the next piece of the video, but there you go. Keep watching and I'll show you what we got going. Alright, back at it. We got our notch welded back in. Now I'm going to build some gussets to go across that way and that way. We cut our little half moon out here. If you look at the angle, see how it slims out on the right hand side of the screen over here. A little thinner. I'm still on my butt. Anyway, that piece is gonna go right there, and we're gonna give it a slight angle up on this side. Fill it with a weld and royally weld this thing. Like I said, people's cars are gonna be dependent on this thing to work right. So this right here, with adding that 1/4 inch, will actually make it fit. This piece is upside down. I'm working on the bottom of it. But anyway, it'll make that fit and still have an 1/8 inch of play. So there you go. I'm going to go ahead and weld this in. I'll get some more pictures and stuff, and slowly make this video for you guys. Keep watching. Alright, back at it. We welded our little half moon on this worn out plate right here. Actually, this one. This side of it was pretty worn out, and actually, you know, from flat to more of a pinched on this side. A lot of use. This truck, I think, has about 750K on it. 750,000 miles. Yeah, some stuff's wearing out. But we did weld it all the way around. I got a little bit more grinding to do. Try to make this as smooth, brown, pretty, whatever. Comb its hair, if you want to call it that. Yeah, maybe it's nails. Anyway, this side, we slit this and pinched it, welded it again, so this is flat, like pretty close, even all the way down, about 1 3/4 inches. That's 1 5/8 inches. So it's got a 1/8 inch play still, and it had about, yeah, I'd say about a 1/2 inch play. Not anymore, it'll be a lot tighter. This ear right here is actually a stopper for the pivot when it twists either way, when it's turning corners. That's got to be bent out. We're going to go ahead and probably fix that piece right there where this ram actually mounts, and that's all the ripped off gear to it right there. And we're going to put it back on there before I go adding all the extra weight to this. We're going to grind that a little more and call it a day on it. But yeah, next step, let's go ahead and get this ram set up, situated. And yeah, just keep on watching. I'll get this handled. Alright, we back at it. Gonna finish cutting. This is the piece that the ram actually mounts to. I just cut off the twisted bad metal, and then this one actually rotates to right about that position, And it goes on there. But we're going to weld a new piece of metal on this big angle to go from this side to the other side. 1/4 inch. And I'm going to double it up with gussets. Make sure that this thing never breaks. A lot of weight on this particular piece, honestly. So there you go. Let me go ahead and keep this filming. Doing work. Keep on watching. Alright, here we have our new angle iron piece, or the one that actually came off twisted. We just welded on our hinge points. That is our old twisted piece right here. That is what was right there. There. But anyway, yeah, long story short, whole thing ripped apart, so we're gonna weld something new to that and throw that in the trash. Alright, I'm gonna keep going. I'll keep filming. Alright, there we go. Just took our 30-inch piece of angle iron, welded everything up nicely, filled all the gaps, no open spots. We got a couple little pieces to trim off this one, but I'm gonna actually leave this one under it as a reinforcement. Why cut it out if it'll actually build a lot of strength? So as long as the pieces don't interfere with anything, I'm gonna leave them in. Might have to reroute these hoses. We're gonna go ahead and jack this thing up, put it in place, see if I can get everything to clear, and I'm gonna watch for that right there. That slides back with the bed on the ram, so we gotta stay clear of that. And I'll tell you what, this is gonna be pushing maybe a 1/16 of an inch difference from that. I might actually have to shave the tops of these hinge brackets, but we're good to go. I'll keep on filming. Alright, back at it. Here we go. This is how we came out. I welded a couple new gussets. It went from here to basically the tip of the ram. We welded this. Didn't really do this the exact way I wanted to. Ram wouldn't fit, and I figured out something else. The box had actually knocked it off prior. That's why it was snapped in the first place. We got a pretty good oozer, and probably going to end up having to change this ram out down the road anyway. But yeah, there it be. Nothing fancy. Reset up all that. Put them on some new hooks. Some new pins. And I'll tell you what, this thing has never been snugger fit. Everything lined up pretty darn good. But there it be. That's great. It swivels lovely. Like I said, put some new hardware on these for them. Pretty much all set up. And definitely added some good bracing for them. So, yep, there you go. Quick fix 101. I ain't gonna say this is done exactly right, but if you're in a pinch, it's fair. And these are all welded on the back side as well. Let me see if I can get up in here. Tops, the whole tops of this is welded. The bottom is not welded. It's hard to weld upside down. You weld, you know. But everything where I had an excess or a down, we definitely put a good beat on. So you have to the direct brace of the front one, pushing against itself on the back lift anyway. So there you go. Thanks for watching.